So those are six subtle signs he's faking his love for you.
Only, or he likes to manipulate you, or just because he sucks and he needs you for validation. So signs he's pretending to love you, number one, he keeps bringing up his ex. So maybe he just keeps talking about how awful she was in the relationship, or he keeps comparing the two of you by saying how much better you are or worse you are, or whatever he's
Mm.
blabbering about. It's a pretty bad sign when he keeps bringing her up instead of just leaving her in the past, because, like, why do you still need to be thinking about her when he's got you now? Number two, he holds a grudge over you. How is he going to hold something over your head and play the victim for why he can't try or be romantic or work things out with you? And even worse, he might make that the reason or an excuse for why he can treat you bad and do mean shit to you instead. And then he'll tell you that he loves you when he obviously does not. And number three, he is intentionally picking fights with you all the
Mm.
time. So if your boy just starts blowing up on you over like eating the last half of his sandwich or making the wrong turn or putting pineapple on pizza where it absolutely belongs, that's when you know it's time to go and that he stopped loving you.
3 signs a man is pretending to love.
Very true. I fucking Justin Bieber. That's very true because signs, signs, pretending. Um, that is a very true sign. Like that's actually a very true sign. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah. Let's go back. Listen to that one more time. Actually,
Can't try or be romantic or work things out with you. And even worse, he might make that the reason or an excuse for why he can treat you bad and do mean shit to you instead. And then he'll tell you that he loves you when he obviously does not.
it's all about reading their behavior. Like, stop looking at what they say and focus on what they do. It just comes down to that.
And number three, he is intentionally picking fights with you all the time. So if your boy just starts blowing up on you over like eating the last half of his sandwich or making the wrong turn or putting pineapple on pizza where it absolutely belongs, that's when you know it's time to go and that he stopped loving you.
3 signs a man is pretending to love a woman. Part 2. But Jake, why would a man ever pretend to love a woman? It just comes down to the reason he pretends to love you is because he is using you. And here are the signs that he is pretending to love you. Sign number 1 that your man is pretending to love you is that he's got the wandering eye, meaning he's checking out every girl.
Hey, what they're pretty much talking about is guys that just want to fuck, and they're using that. Look, man, I don't know. Look, I get it, but I think women are very annoying sometimes. So I don't think I can handle that. Fake liking a woman if just because of the poom poom, maybe a week or two, but after a while, I'll get sick and tired of her.
That walks by. And that kind of behavior is honestly just disrespectful because if he doesn't think you're worth having a little self control in the little things, what makes you think he's going to have self control for bigger issues down the road? And sign number 2 that your man is pretending to love you is that when it's business time, when it's time to get down and dirty, get a little freaky, well, he views it as a chore and not something that he's excited to do. Like it's just something to like check off the.
Times a man can love you, but nah, I can't say that because it could give you guys the wrong impression, you know? Because there's always an exception to the rule, but he might be right actually, you know? He might be right. Because yeah, no, I agree. It sucks, but he's right.
List to make you happy and whatever, so you stop complaining, but he doesn't initiate it, he isn't into it, and you can feel the disconnect start to happen in the bedroom. And sign number 3, he takes no accountability for anything going on in the relationship that's bad. Like he would rather just chalk it off as, well, I only did this, or I made this mistake, or everything's all messed up because of your bad attitude. And he doesn't actually, he's not a leader. He's not owning up to his own mistakes. So that's a big sign that your man is pretending to love you.
3 signs your man is faking his love in the relationship. Number 1, he's got the wandering eyes checking out girls even when he's with you. Now this is a respect thing. This is a lack of self-control thing. This is a I don't have eyes just for my woman thing. And before you say it's impossible not to look,
Saying this almost thing, right? Like wandering eye, fake love, but also you feel it, right? Let me just because these I swear to God, these people they say shit, but and it's kind of like I feel like I don't know, I don't um you feel it inside, you kind of sense it, like it doesn't make sense, something's not adding up. No matter what he tells you, still feel like he doesn't truly love you. That to me is what says the most, because people can lie, but your body doesn't lie. And you kind of can feel it. You can sense it inside of you.
I get it. I've been there as a guy from a guy's perspective. I've been with girls in the past that I wasn't truly in love with, and I had wandering eyes, but I was also with somebody before that I really, really was in love with, and I only had eyes for her. So it's not impossible. It's hard, but it's not.
Yeah, I just think that I've loved, look, people, you're going to say this, Mom, I'm toxic, but I've loved a woman and had a wandering eye. But she knew, right? She knew it was open. We started off as friends, but eventually I ended up falling for her, right? And because of the dynamics of the relationship, that's what I was used to per se. So what I'm trying to tell you is that even though they're right, there's always an exception to the rule. Toxic
Impossible. Number two, they only act all loving with you when they're around family. This is because he just wants to keep everybody happy. His family might like you, your family
Yep.
might like him. And so he's trying to put on a show.
Yep.
Right before you saw them, he was being a
Yep.
jerk. Right after, he was being a jerk. So if he's only loving you
Yep.
for show, that is a sign that he is faking his love for you. And number
Yep. Yep.
three,
Yep.
his algorithm is full of half-naked girls. He's
Oh,
just
yeah.
scrolling through on the feed,
Yeah.
just looking at all these girls, all these random girls, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
having to share his attention with all
Yeah.
these strangers, and that's not fair to you.
Oh,
And that's
that's
a big
tough.
sign that he's got
Ooh,
all these other women just living in his head along
that's
with you,
tough.
and that's a big red flag that he's faking his love for you. Because if he truly loves you, you're not having to share him with anybody, especially some strangers on the internet. Signs that
That part really, that was tough because he's right. He's definitely right about that.
share
No,
his attention with all these strangers, and that's not fair to you, and that's with you when they're around family. This is
Oh,
because he
yeah.
just wants to keep every so
Well, acting like a lot. Honestly, it's blowing my mind how many people genuinely get in a long-term, lifetime relationship all because they want to impress other people. It makes me feel normal because at least I'm honest with myself. At least I'm like I don't want to hurt people. And so from the outside, it looks like, oh my God, Uncle Alex is a fucking lowly fuck. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing everyone a favor. But then when I get with someone, and then, God forbid, I committed Derek Jackson, and then, oh, I cannot believe Father Alex lied to this girl. She's a victim. He's a horrible person. Get him. Right? And I'm like, bitch, I told you guys. Let's think. It's like, I don't know the percentage of guys, but man, like, shit, man. Some guys, man, shit. I don't know, man. That's some wild shit, man. I don't know.
if he's only loving you for show, that is a sign that he is faking his love for you. And number three,
I did see somebody subscribe to Father Alex, and it became one extra person. 176? What does it say? Yeah, it was 706, 705, like a few minutes ago, 706. And yeah, I think it was you, Spirit Survival. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you.
his algorithm is full of half-naked girls. He's just scrolling through on the feed, just looking at all these girls, all these random girls, and you're having to share his attention with all these strangers. And that's not fair to you, and that's a big sign that, he's got all these other women just living in his head along with you. And that's a big red flag that he's faking his love for you.
Yeah, man, that's very true, man. So we're gonna finish this one video. Check out Father Alex Reacts channel. And by the way, people, for the ones who are listening live stream, I'm gonna continue with the live stream. I'm just finishing this video off and then starting off another one because I upload this here. So yeah, man. Yeah.